Hi, first graders. This is Miss Brown. Today, for our pre-module lesson, we are going to continue looking at opinion writing. So let's get started. Okay. All right. So yesterday, you guys took some notes with Miss Wilkes on wetlands and why we should help the wetlands. So she told you that when you're writing an opinion paragraph, in your introduction, your notes say that some people help the wetlands and some people destroy the wetlands. After your introduction, you needed to state your opinion, whether it be to help or destroy, and your opinion said that we should help the wetlands. Now, next in our opinion paragraph, we need 2 reasons that we should help the wetlands. Why should we help the wetlands? And your 2 reasons said to preserve our water in order to help prevent floods and to provide shelters to birds and frogs. So, in the conclusion, you said that helping wetlands is important. Now, these are all of our notes, but what do we do with them now? Well, we have to turn our notes into sentences. So, on the left side, I put all of our notes. Here is our introduction. Here is our opinion. Here are our reasons, and here's our conclusion. And I put them into sentences, and I'm going to read the sentences to you. As I read them, I want you to notice, and I want you to check my sentences to make sure my sentences have capital letters, they have periods, my words are spelled correctly, and I have spaces in between my words. So, our introduction, our notes said, some people help and some people destroy. So I wrote, some people help wetlands, other people destroy them. Next, I said, we should help the wetlands. Well, that was my note. So I said, I think we should help the wetlands. That was my opinion. For my reasons, preserving water and providing shelters, I said, we need to preserve our water to keep flood from happening. We also need to help bird and frogs by giving them shelter. Then lastly, for our conclusion, I said, helping the wetlands is important. That was my note. That was my note. And I turned it into a sentence by saying helping the wetlands is very important. So I put an adjective in there. So here is our opinion paragraph, but it doesn't exactly look like a paragraph quite yet. So I've written it, but now I need to go back and edit and revise, revising and editing using our checklist. Now this checklist should look really familiar because we've talked about this in class before. So let's go through the steps. I reread my sentences and they make sense. I have spaces in between my words. I use charts around the room or in this slide to help me spell words. And I stretched out my words and wrote all the sounds I heard. Okay, so here's my first sentence. Some people help wetlands, other people destroy them. So, does the sentence make sense? Some people help wetlands, other people destroy them. Well, I need a word between people and destroy. So I put and other. I put 2 words in there. Now it makes sense. Okay? I have spaces in between my words. Well, here I didn't have a space, so I put a space right there. I use charts around the room to help me spell words. Let's see, did I have any misspelled words? I had 1, 2 misspelled words. I misspelled some and destroy, so I went back and I fixed those words by stretching out and writing all the sounds that I heard. Okay, so My final sentence with capital letters and a period says, my introduction, some people help wetlands and other people destroy them. All right, let's go down to our opinion now. We originally wrote, I think we should help the wetlands. All right, it makes sense, but I see a misspelled word, should. I don't have a period at the end, and there's no space in between the and wetlands. So I fixed the word should. I put a space in between the and wetlands, and I ended my sentence with a period. Okay, now down to our reasons. I said, we need to preserve our water to keep flood from happening. We also need to help birds and frogs by giving them shelter. Okay, let's look at this sentence. Let's use our checklist. Does that sentence make sense? Some of it does, some of it doesn't. Let's start at the beginning. Well, actually, do I have spaces in between my words? We need to preserve our water. Ooh, I need a space between our and water, so I put one right there. To keep flood from happening, we also need to help bird and frogs by, I need a space in between by and giving, so I put a space there. Okay. Do I have all capital letters? Well, my first word here doesn't have a capital letter, so I've changed it to a capital W. My second sentence does, so we're good there. Let's check our spelling. Let's stretch out all of our words that we misspelled. So we need to preserve our water to keep flood. I think this should say flood, and flood has two O's, and instead of flood it should be floods. Is an S on the end, so Floods. Okay, floods from happening should be happening. So that E needs to be an A. I changed it to an A. So my final sentence is, we need to preserve our water to keep floods from happening. Our second reason says, we also need to help. I think that should say need, and need has two E's, so I put another E there. To help bird and frogs. Well, is there just one bird, or is there more than one bird in the wetlands? I think there's more than one bird, and more than one bird is birds, and there's an S on the end, so I put an S on the end. Birds and frogs, by giving them shelter. So I ended my sentence, them shelter, but where is the shelter? I need to add where the shelter is. So I said in the wetlands, and I ended it with a period. And lastly, our conclusion. I said helping the wetlands is very important. Well, my sentence makes sense. Do I have spaces in between my words? Yes, yes. Not in between wetlands and is, so I put a space there. And then, are my words spelled correctly? Helping the wetlands is very important. Yep, my words are correct. I have a capital letter, and I have a period. So now let's put all of our sentences that we have revised and edited together to make one final paragraph. Our opinion paragraph. Should we help the wetlands? Here's what we wrote. Some people help the wetlands, but other people destroy them. I think we should help the wetlands. We need to preserve our water to help prevent floods from happening. We also need to help birds and frogs by giving them shelter in the wetlands. Helping the wetlands is very important. Thank you so much for learning how to write an opinion paragraph from our notes today. It is your turn to write about helping birds. So go on over to the module video for today and see how you can turn your own notes into your own opinion paragraph. I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.